Hello fellow Guardians, BoltZilla Plays here bringing you another Destiny video. It is Wednesday, August 31st, and we know what that means. It is Arms Day. So let's see what Banshee brought for us this week. First up, we have the Thesian FR4 Fusion Rifle. Tier 1 comes with Spark IS-6 or Flash HS-4, Replenish, Lightweight or Oiled Frame, Rangefinder, or Danger Close. Tier 2 has Candle IS-2 or Torch HS-2, Hot Swap, Lightweight or Brace Frame, Life Support, or Danger Close. Tier 3 has Spark IS-6 or Flash HS-4, Hot Swap, Quick Draw or Hand Laid Stock, Rangefinder, or Danger Close. So 3 is your best choice, 2 isn't that far behind. So the third one, you've got not the best in scopes or sights. Spark will probably be the one you'll want to go with, just because of the improved weapon handling. You got Hot Swap, so you get accuracy when you equip it. And then you can be running Quick Draw on top of that, which will help out with Hot Swap. Or if you're not comfortable with the stability it has, you can go to a Hand Laid Stock. The only thing with that is it drops the range some, which Rangefinder could make up for it. But with Quick Draw, you even get better range. And 2, you've got Torch HS2 for improved target acquisition. You got Hot Swap again. You got Brace Frame to max out the stability. You drop the magazine size down to 4, which isn't a huge deal. But then here's where this one lacks, the last set of perks. So it's got Life Support, where killing someone when you're critically wounded has a chance to regen your health. Or you got Danger Close, where your increased reload and handling when 2 or more enemies are close proximity. So you'll probably want to go with Danger Close. But yeah, this is the one where it lacks on this one. Otherwise, this one I would say is the preferred one. It's got the better sight. So it's up to you, 2 or 3. But 3 is slightly better. Next up, we have the Judith D Hand Cannon. Tier 1 has Fast Shot IS or Steady Hand IS, Last Resort, Rangefinder, Snapshot, High Caliber Rounds, or Small Bore. Tier 2, Quick Draw IS or Sure Shot IS, Last Resort, Outlaw, Speed Reload, Armor Piercing Rounds, or Reinforced Barrel. Tier 3, Quick Draw IS, Sure Shot IS, Army of 1, Rangefinder, Snapshot, Armor Piercing Rounds, or Oiled Frame. None of them are really great this week. 3 is your best bet. So it's got Sure Shot IS, which is really good. Army of 1, more of a PvE. Can be okay in PvP, but it's more leaning towards PvE. Rangefinder is really good. It'll increase your effective range. Then out of these, it's either Snapshot or Armor Piercing Rounds. The only thing on this build that's really lacking is a little bit of a stability buff. It's got really bad stability. So with the way it's set up, you'd have to take your time with your shots. You can't fire them in quick succession or anything. You have to let it steady down, aim back up, and shoot again. Next up, we have the Suros DIS-47 Scout Rifle. Tier 1 comes with SLO-12, SPO-28, or SPO-57, Hammer Forged, or Oiled Frame, Hipfire, Single Point Sling, or Rifled Barrel. Tier 2 is SLO-12, SPO-28, or SRO-37, Fitted Stock, or Casket Mag, Luck in the Chamber, Single Point Sling, or Hand Laid Stock. And Tier 3, SLO 19, SPO 26, SPO 57, fitted stock or oiled frame, hip fire, lightweight, or hand laid stock. Out of all these, tier 2 is your best bet. So you got hand laid stock to increase stability, but you lose range. Fitted stock increases it even more, so you got almost maxed out stability on this gun. And then you have luck in the chamber. And if you want to, you can run the SRO 37 to get better range. A little bit of that range back that you lose. None of these are God roll, so if you're waiting for a God roll, I'd say hang on to it. The God roll, you don't lose range. You'll almost max out stability and keep some decent range. But out of what they have, 2 is your best bet, and it isn't a bad roll. Next up, we have the Suros JLB-42 rocket launcher. Tier 1 has aggressive launch, soft launch, or hard launch. Single point sling, or flared magwell. Grenades and horseshoes, perfect balance, or quick draw. Tier 2 has aggressive launch, linear compensator, or hard launch. Heavy payload, or speed reload. Who's next? Perfect balance, or lightweight. Tier 3 has aggressive launch, smart drift control, or countermass. Heavy payload, or flared magwell. Vacuum, perfect balance, or lightweight. Tier 1's the only viable one. Grenades and horseshoes. Rockets, you're looking for grenades and horseshoes for PvP or tracking for PvE. That's pretty much the 2 perks you're looking for sure. Since this is the only one that's got either of those, this is the one I'd recommend. So, hard launch is good. Or you can go soft launch. Probably soft launch. It doesn't hurt too much on blast rate, but helps velocity for this setup. What this is lacking from a God roll is heavy payload and javelin. So it's got grenades and horseshoes, and it's got hard launch, which would be the God roll stuff. But it's missing the heavy payload and javelin, which ups the velocity and the blast radius even more. So since it doesn't have either of those, that's why I was saying soft launch is probably a better ideal for this. It helps the velocity more than hard launch does. Otherwise, since if you're using PvP, flare magwell is kind of worthless because you're not going to get enough to even be able to reload it. So go with single point sling. In PvE though, it might be worthwhile to use flare magwell. And then this one I'd say quick draw to be able to pull it out faster. Stability isn't a big deal on rocket launchers. But if you're waiting for that God roll, I'd say hang on to it.
Yeah, that's the one.
And last up we have the Suros JLB-47 rocket launcher. Tier 1 has aggressive launch, smart drift control, or hard launch. Heavy payload, or speed reload. Surplus, perfect balance, or snapshot. Tier 2 has aggressive launch, linear compensator, or countermass. Single point sling, or flared magwell. Vacuum, javelin, or snapshot. And then Tier 3 has aggressive launch, linear compensator, or countermass. Single point sling, or speed reload. Surplus, javelin, or quick draw. There's nothing good on these rockets. Save it. Wait for something with grenades and horseshoes or tracking, or if you need the marks, just buy one for marks. But there's nothing worthwhile this week for this one. Field test weapons this week. We have the Hake Test A auto rifle, which you use against Cabal. We have the Amalon Test FR1 fusion rifle, used against Vex Minotaurs. We have the Amalon Test HC1 hand cannon, used against Vex targets. We have the Suros TSP-10 pulse rifle, used against Vex targets. And the Suros TSP-10 pulse rifle, used against Hive targets. All PvE, so I would recommend doing these all, getting your gunsmith up, so that you're ready for Rise on Iron if new guns or new foundries open up. Supposedly Nadir is supposed to be part of the new foundries, but we'll see. They've been kind of tight-lipped on Gunsmith. So Hive, just go to Siege of Warmine. When you first go down into the bunker, a bunch of Hive come at you. Kill them all, except for the Major Knight up top, and then just jump off the edge if you have to repeat the process. And you got 3 Vex ones, one being Minotaur specific, and a Cabal one. Cabal, just load into Mars Patrol. First zone, just run around and kill the Cabal. Shouldn't take long. Since there's 3 Vex ones, usually I recommend just going down to the pit when there's Cabal and Vex, because there's the Vex that come up with a Minotaur. So I mean, you could have this equipped while you're doing it in that, but once this one's done, I'd say go to Venus, finish off all the other Vex ones. Go to the I think it's the Citadel area, that's what it's called. It's the one where the back zone goes up into the area where you fight Skolas and you fight one of the Echo's Oryx editions and that. But there are Vex everywhere there, and there are a couple Minotaurs you can do. So off in the back right corner, 3 Minotaurs come out. 2 of them are red bar, which is what you need for this. So you can kill those. And everyone else in the area, just use your primary on. And it shouldn't take long at all. Foundry orders. We have the Arminius D auto rifle, the Amlantinella SR4 scout rifle, the Hake Judith D hand cannon, the Hake La Demilia D pulse rifle, and the Hake Tamir D sniper rifle. So this is like your Doctrine of Passing, so I'd say definitely pick it up. It's still viable in the Crucible. It's worth picking up. The Tuanella is kind of like a Vision of Confluence base stats, so pretty good. And with the right roll, it could be great. Judith D is the same as we had this last week, so if you want to try for, if you didn't save it, and you want to try for that even better roll, where it's got pretty much what I had this week with some stability, worth picking up. The La D'Amelia D pulse rifle is like the Messenger from Year 1 or the Spare Change. It's that high impact, slow rate of fire, which isn't huge. It's not part of the meta right now. It's still viable, but it's not very used much. This, though, you do want to wait for a counterbalance roll to fix the Hake recoil pattern. And then the Hake Tamir D sniper rifle, I believe, is like the Patience and Time base stats. It's kind of middle ground, which is not very useful. I'd actually say if you're going to pass on any of these, probably be this one. So that was Banshee's Armsday stock for Wednesday, August 31st. Make sure to like, comment, share. Let me know your thoughts on what he brought, what you're looking forward to next week, any other helpful tips for field test weapons, so on. And make sure to check out my other videos at youtube.com/c/BoltZillaPlays. And you can check me out streaming from time to time over at twitch.tv/BoltZillaPlays. Till next time, Guardians, take it easy.